appreciate it. We got some new faces. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to just give it a couple more minutes to get a few more people in here, but I'm not going to waste y'all time because y'all are on time and I sure appreciate that. I'm Terica. I see a lot of new faces. I'm Terica, the owner and founder of the Professional Travelista Travel Agency. And I'm so glad y'all with us now. Let me tell y'all, don't be shy. Don't be afraid to ask no questions. If y'all know, it's Wednesday. We do our webinars on Wednesday. So we have wine. We have wine for hours. This is relaxed. This is chill. You can ask questions, anything, nothing. Don't be shy at all. So if y'all got a little something to sip on, next time y'all know, just make sure you bring something so we can get this thing going. And I'm gonna try to make sure I pay attention. Drop where y'all from. Drop where y'all from. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, everybody can hear me.
Yes.
Deborah, that's your phone. Night. We're gonna go on and get started. And again, like I said, if y'all have any questions, be sure to either raise your hand or you could just go off mute. But if you aren't speaking, just try to keep it on mute, please. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. And we're gonna talk about all things Thailand. All right, can y'all see my screen? Drop me a yes, a one, or something. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see my screen? Y'all see a Thailand screen? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for participating. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna make this nice and very, very we're gonna have a little bit of fun, okay? So y'all don't judge me, okay? I'm just gonna tell y'all. So for March 2025, March 28th to April 7th, we are doing our Thailand trip. And if you have not traveled with us, I'm telling y'all, you are in for a treat. So hold on, let me get my little thing going. Okay, there we go. So first, let me tell you a little bit about us. Again, I am Terica. I am the CEO and founder of the Professional Travelista Travel Agency. I have LaShawn and Carla, who also are like my right hands that help as well. And we curate trips for co-ed. So our trips are men and women. So if you have, but we also have some who they'll bring their girls. So we have a mix of people on our trips. And I started basically doing this. I was already actually being a travel agent. I was planning trips for my friends. I wanted to go places, so I would just plan it. And then when I would mention it to my friends, they were like, "Oh, can I go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So me and Carla have probably been planning group trips when we didn't even know that was a thing for, I'm not going to say because it's a whole lot of years and I'm not going to age myself, even though I'm proud of my age, but yes, we've been doing that for a long time. But this is just some of the trips that we've done, group trips we've done in the past. So we kind of know a little thing about that. But now let's talk about who is this trip for. I like to say not every trip is for everybody. It's not a one size fits all. It's definitely one of those things where you have to kind of know if this is for me. So it's definitely for social butterflies. We have people who don't know anybody and they'll come on a trip, especially some of my solo travelers. They'll come on a trip and don't know anybody. By the time we are finished with that trip, everybody is like family because group harmony is very important to us. So we try to make sure that we create that even before we go. Like we have private groups that everybody who's booked is in, so we can start chatting and things like that. So if you're a social butterfly, this is definitely for you. If you're a cultural junkie, So if you like going places, and for instance, in Thailand, they're known for their temple. A lot of the places in Asia, they're known for temples. So we do make sure we add a little bit of that in there. We're gonna go see some temples, make sure we covered up, we dress right. You're gonna get all that information so you're aware of what you can and can't do. But we're gonna learn about the history. We like to talk to people who are from there who will give us the inside scoop as opposed to just somebody who is not from there. So definitely culture junkies, adventure seekers. Some of the excursions we do are a little, adrenaline rush, things like that. Now you can opt out if that ain't your thing. That's cool, but we do include that in there as well. Luxury vacationers. If you like to get value for your money, so for instance, we'll have to do 5+++ star or 7-star like they got in Dubai. But what we do like to do is get a good deal on an upgraded hotel so that you have an upgraded experience. And then, like when we go certain places, we definitely like VIP treatment. I'm sorry. We just gonna add that little VIP extra. And you'll see that as I go along with the itinerary. Again, if you all have any questions as I go, be sure to just raise your hand or just jump in. Also foodies. So I don't know about y'all, but usually before I go on a trip, like I'm thinking about what I'm gonna eat. Like what kind of food they got in this place? What are they known for? And I know a lot of my friends are Thai lovers. Like they love Thai food. I like it a bit, but I mean they're like Thai. They love Thai food. So we're going to do all the things as far as the food. We're gonna get some street food. We're gonna make sure we experience everything from the very, very nice restaurants and the exquisite food all the way down
top to the bottom.
comparable to street food in Atlanta, like a hot dog off the sidewalk in New York, like that. We're gonna do that all. And then nature lovers. So in going to Southeast Asia, it's a tropical climate. And so they're known for a lot of their beautiful landscapes and things like that. So of course we got to see that. So we had to add that in there. So if you are any of these things or all of these things, this trip is absolutely for you. But now we're going to talk about who it's not for. And when I say this, y'all, I am serious. I am serious about who it's not for. Like, just if you know that's you and you just be real with yourself, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of money to travel and you want to make sure you're, in a good fit. And that's just me being candid. That is me being candid. But if you just want to stay cooped up in your hotel all the time and don't do anything, just looking out the window, yeah, this probably not for you. It's probably not. I mean, you can still go, but you probably not gonna have the same experience as some others. If you're sensitive to sweat, now I know. Well, none of us like to sweat, I mean, well, some of y'all, might be fitness buffs and y'all like to break a good sweat, and that's cool. But just knowing that, oh, it's hot. Oh my God, I can't believe it's so hot. I mean, it's the tropics. It's the tropics. And sometimes it's just merely setting the expectation. It'll be March headed into April, and I don't know where everybody's from, but I'm in Atlanta, and we don't know what the weather will be. It could be 70 in March. It could be 30 in March. But we would have just been coming off of winter. But when we go over there, it will definitely be hot. I mean, like summertime hot. So as long as you're prepared for it, you'll be fine. We'll have enough chances to cool off in a pool or on the boats, things like that. But you might have to sweat a little bit. So just keep that in mind. Convenience cravers. So keep in mind that this is not the US. This is not, I'll even say Mexico or Jamaica, because they're a little more westernized. This is literally like a third world country. So some of the creature comforts that you have, they may or may not have them. So we just have to adjust to that. And just like I said, it's setting the expectation, knowing going into it, some of the things. But to me, that's all a part of traveling, experiencing something different. If I'm gonna go all the way across the world and I'm gonna get what I get in Atlanta, it's like, what's the point? I could have stayed right here and saved me a couple dollars. So, it's one of those things that you take it as it's an experience and you chalk it up and put it in that little journal that you experienced that. Our comfort zone crew, and you just don't like trying anything new. You want to just stay the main, just whatever you're used to, that's what you want to do. Now, I don't mean you have to go out here and want to go bungee jump or anything like that, but just, doing something that you wouldn't normally do. So there are lots of things that you can do on vacation that, may not be available here in the States or close by the States. And, just trying out things, and especially the food. Now, I know some of us draw the line at certain foods. Like, I don't think I'm gonna eat a roach, but I think I'm gonna try some other stuff. Like, I'm gonna draw the line at some point. But there are things that, hey, I was in Thailand, I tried it. Hey, I ain't gotta do that no more. So if you're, the kind of person that just like, I don't want nothing new. Give me a cheeseburger from McDonald's. Yeah, you probably not. That's probably not for you. And then fun killers. And that's just, you're miserable and you want to make everybody else miserable as well. That's never fun for anybody. Being 10 days somewhere with a group of people, we just don't want Debbie Downers. And I'm just being honest. I'm being absolutely honest with you all. And then last but not least, the drama seekers. If you find drama in everything that you do, in every life instance, this is probably not for you, because we're going being blessed and thankful that we are even able to go halfway across the world and have this experience. So a lot of us will be in a spirit of gratefulness. So that's more so what we're looking for. So if any of these are you, just think if this might be the right trip for you. All right, we got that out of the way. Now, where the heck is Thailand? Well, first of all, I'm assuming everybody's in the States. Some of us on the East Coast, maybe Centrals, maybe West Coast. It's far from here. It's way, way far from here. But it is in the Indian Ocean, and it is between border between Myanmar and Cambodia. And it basically is south of Asia. So it's considered Southeast Asia. So the big continent of Asia is just south of that. And it's a big island, but a small island too. It's not as big as, like some of the other places, but it's that's where it's located. So when somebody say, where you go? You go to Thailand, you'll know exactly where you're going. And it's far. You see, it's all the way over on the other side of the world, on the other side of Africa. So that's where we're going. All right, and a couple things about Thailand. The capital city is Bangkok, which that's our first stop. We'll be in Thailand, and that's more of the city feel. Think New York, not exactly, but just the city feel you get from that. The language spoken is Thai. Now, because it is a big tourist destination, you will find a lot of people that speak English. Don't assume everybody speaks English, but you will find a lot of people that speak English as well. But we also will have some tips and some things that you can have. And we're going to learn a couple of phrases so we can at least say hello, goodbye, where's the bathroom, the important stuff. Can I have some water? We'll learn those little easy phrases. And while we're traveling, what I find is you pick up other little phrases when you at least try. It's easy to revert back to English, but when you at least try to talk or ask, the guide or somebody like, how do you say such and such? And then, you kind of try to incorporate that. I find that fun. Y'all might think it's a little nerdy, but I find it fun. But the religion is Buddhism. And the reason I always make sure I express to people what religion is popular in the destinations we're going to is because a lot of that in a lot of these Western places, it definitely plays a part in their customs. And that's another important thing is understanding the customs of somewhere, far away from, what your norm is. So I like to make sure I go over what the religion is, and we will have all of this information for you as well. When you book with us, we want to make sure that you're well prepared for your travels. So we make sure that you know that, okay, when we're going to this temple, ladies, your shoulders have to be covered. Your legs down to your ankles have to be covered. This isn't just, oh, let me go with my spaghetti strap tank top and I'll be fine. Like, no, like they're serious about their, their customs, and we like to respect that. So we like to make sure our group is well aware of any of those things. Now, you can still wear bikinis and bathing suits. They don't expect you to be covered up on the beach, but just know when you're going into their temples and things like that, that is expected. Now, the currency. And this is one reason I love going to these places. Baby, when I tell you, you feel like a millionaire, you go and you exchange your little money and be like, oh, let me exchange $500. And they give you like a million, which is the Thai baht. That's what their currency is. They give you like a million of them, like 5 million of them. And you're just like, I am balling. So it is a fun experience to go where the dollar actually is a great exchange, and it's really really a great exchange there. So I always thought that, you know, that's very interesting. And the climate, of course, again, it's tropical, it's hot. I mean, it's just going to be tropical. And if you like me, I love the beach. I don't have no problem with hot weather, as long as I'm prepared. I don't want to have on no sweat and turtleneck, but otherwise I'm good. So you may ask yourself, why Thailand? Why we pick all the places we can go? Why Thailand? Well, for one thing, Thailand is definitely rich with cultural history. Once if you look at like the US really is kind of a baby. Like some of our buildings and things like that, like they may be a couple hundred years old, you know, whatever. When you go to these places, like some of these temples are thousands of years old. And I mean, that always just really, really just blows my mind that I'm in a place that, number one, I never dreamed I would actually be able to visit. But when you're going in these places and you realize that they literally are places that's been there for thousands of years, like I think that's the coolest thing. And then their natural beauty, like this one picture right here that I think a lot of people, you know, really, really identify Thailand with that. These things, like actually being able to see these things in you know, like in person, I just think pictures don't do justice. Pictures do not do justice for them. So we get to see all this stunning natural beauty. And so we enjoy that. And then on the flip side, the way we roll, yeah, the temple is cool, the natural beauty is cool, but we are always ready for a turn up. Like we want to know what is the nightlife in these places. When we go to these, we are always going to have nights where we can go out. We want to see how they party other places. We want to see how they let their hair down. It's cool to be buttoned up and be in the temple and do all those things. But at some point, we want to get out and see how, you know, regular people live. And when I tell you, Thailand has one of the most amazing nightlife. The most amazing nightlife. So we definitely have that. We're going to go out in Bangkok. We're going to go out there, and we're also going to go we're going to go out in Phuket, but we're also going to do the beach club. And a lot of these places in Southeast Asia, they're known for their beach clubs, and they have guest DJs at some of their clubs and things. So if we're going all the way over there, we gotta experience that. But I don't think I have any of my fellas on here. Y'all, they'll never come to the webinars, but they sure will come on a trip. But I'm gonna just say it anyway, because they might see the replay. So, and like I said, we just keep it real around here. So the one thing that I'd like to make sure that we warn our fellas about is Thailand is definitely known for what they call the lady boys. So in the nightlife district, they might have a woman that come up that head to toe look just like a woman, like just like a woman won't know. And then they wonder why she's so flirty. Hey, you know, let's go to your room, da, 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 da. And then next thing you know, they in for a surprise. So I like to make sure my people know what's happening, what's going on. I'm just gonna say there's some people that go just because of that, but I don't think our crowd want to be surprised like that. So I make sure I let them know. But it's an experience. To me, it's an experience. So that's just one little tidbit there for you. All right, so our accommodations. When we first get to Bangkok, we're going to stay in the Intercontinental. And I'm not even going to pretend I know how to pronounce this, but I'm going to learn when I go. I'm going to know how to say it. Sukhumvit. I think that's what it is. Sukhumvit. That's what I'm going to say. But it's in the city, but it has this beautiful hotel lobby and lounge, and the rooms all have a beautiful view. And then they got this dope rooftop pool. So y'all already know where our welcome party is gonna be with the food, with the drinks. Y'all already know. If y'all don't travel with us, y'all already know that's where we gonna be when we get there. And then after we spend our few days in Bangkok, we will have to take an intercountry flight to Phuket. And it's only about an hour or so, 45 minutes, something like that. But that's also included in the package. And we will go to Phuket and stay at the Marriott. Now, this is on the beach. It's the location of this place, like literally steps to the beach. And the one thing I can say is I'm not one of those people who really like to get up early in the morning, especially on vacation. But I will tell you this, seeing the sunrise and seeing the sunset in Asia is probably the most breathtaking thing I've ever seen in my life. You know, Mexico and Jamaica and the Caribbean, all that, I'm not shading that at all. I'm not shading it. It's cool. When I tell you breathtaking, like literally there were sunsets that took our breath away. So we're definitely on the beach and watching that sunset or the sunrise on the beach. For those early birds, y'all can have a little crew, get up early in the morning and going on to the beach and watch it. I'm probably gonna just catch the sunset. I'm just gonna tell y'all, I might just catch the sunset. But it is a huge time difference, so I don't know. I might be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see. But those are our accommodations. And then our itinerary. So we will be traveling from New York to Bangkok. That round trip airfare is included. So if you live somewhere other than New York, like me, live in Atlanta, you will need to purchase your airfare from here to New York or from wherever you're from to New York. And then we'll take the flight to Bangkok. We will have all of the exact details of your flight information and all of that so you can book. Now, I'm just going to tell you, it's going to take 2 days to get there. It's going to take 2 days. And technically not 2 days, but we passed the date line. So whereas let's say it's 27 hours, and I don't know, it's not not quite that, but you're passing the date line. So it seems like it's an extra day. So even though we leave on like the 26th, we're not going to arrive until the 28th. Now coming back, it'll only be, 1 day because we're coming back across the date line. But I like to explain that to people so they understand, although the trip does say from the 28th, we will have to fly out 2 days early just to be able to get there by the 28th. And then we will spend 3 nights in Bangkok, and that'll include all the excursions that we'll do in Bangkok, as well as then we'll take the flight from Bangkok to Phuket, and we'll spend 5 nights at the Marriott in Phuket. You will have breakfast daily. Again, that's that one night, that one way flight from Bangkok to Phuket that will be included. We will have exclusive private transportation throughout our trip. So no matter where we're going, we get picked up from the airport. It's our crew in the car. That's it. When we go to our excursions, they picking our whole group up. It's just us in the car. That's it. We're going to have an exclusive welcome party. Y'all saw that pool. Y'all saw that rooftop pool now. Y'all saw that. So we will have that with the DJ, with drinks, with light bites. That's just to kick off our vacation. Now, if y'all like me, my vacation start when I get to the airport in Atlanta. I'm just saying that's me. Y'all might not be like that, and that's okay. So the welcome party will kick it off in Thailand for us. And I'm sure you probably have seen the big reclines, a huge gold reclining Buddha. And I think I have a picture in here somewhere. I probably should have put it here, but we will visit that. That'll be one of the Buddhas that we will visit. We're also going to do the floating market where you probably see the people in the boat floating down. You can stop off and buy stuff, things like that. We will do that. We're going to go to the elephant sanctuary. So we will go and visit that. And we are going to also go to James Bond Island. Now, that's where James Bond 007, one of, it's a million of them, was filmed there. And it's very iconic. It's called Fifi Island, but everybody just call it James Bond Island now because of the movie. But we will go there. We'll take a speedboat and it'll take us. You can snorkel. You can just chill on the boat, whatever you choose to do. But we will go and visit that because we cannot go to Thailand and not go to Fifi Island or James Bond Beach. Like, that's just a given. But the thing I am so excited about is and this hasn't been around that long, they have the Yona Floating Beach Club. This is the world's first. First floated down. If you've been to beach clubs in Asia, like they're all dotted along, and even in Thailand, they're dotted along the beach. You just go, you know, they have the DJs and all the things, and you watch the sunset and all that stuff. But y'all, this is like a whole boat, and it's got all the things you would expect at the beach club. So I am excited about that. So we will actually have to take a boat from the dock, or the, what do you call it? The bank. The bank. I think that's what it's called. We have to take that to the boat that's in the middle of the ocean, and we're gonna party. Like, we're gonna party. I'm talking VIP, cabana beds, bottles, snacks, food. We're gonna do all the things while we are on this floating beach party. And I'm gonna tell y'all when I get to it. So after that, on our final day, we will have a sunset farewell yacht party. Again, it'll be a DJ, food, drinks, everything. So as y'all can see, we're gonna have the culture stuff, like, oh, we gotta go to the temples and the elephant and da, 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 da. But please believe, before we leave, we're gonna turn up. We are gonna turn up. That's just a given. That's a given. So you will say you definitely visited Thailand. So again, day one, I'm just go a little deeper. Day one, we arrive. It's going to be a private transfer, pick us all up from the airport, take us to the hotel. You'll check in, put your things down, refresh, all that. And then later that evening, we will go to the pool for our for our welcome pool party with DJ, food, drinks, all of that stuff. I'm sorry. Let me back that up. This will be in Bangkok. Yeah. So we will still do the we'll do all of that, and it'll be in Bangkok at that rooftop pool. All right, day two, we're gonna do the private city tour. That's where we're gonna go see that huge golden Buddha, which is called the Wat Pho. I think I'm pronouncing that right. We will go and see that. We will go and do a lot of sightseeing in the city, just all the things that's available in Bangkok for us to see. We'll do all of that on day two. Day three is where we'll do the floating market. We will have time to shop. We will have photos. And the other thing I want to make sure that I'm clear on is throughout this trip, we will have a professional photographer. Let me make that clear. We will have a professional photographer. We will have photos, and we will have drone footage. Now, I'm not knocking nobody's phones. iPhone, Androids, we take some great pictures. We do. But there's nothing like having, like, for real pictures. So just know we're going to have professional photographer with us during this trip. So you can get all your photos for your Instagrams and your Facebook and your TikTok, whatever it is, you're going to have your pictures to send back. So just know that. All right, day four, that's going to be our flight from Bangkok to Phuket. And I'm sorry, that welcome pool party should have been on the beginning, but we will fly, we'll take after, and those day 2 and 3, we will also, that's what we'll do the nightlife in Bangkok. Our driver will pick up the group up, take us in town, we party and all of that stuff so that we're all, together and, we're safe. So we would do that. And then we fly to Phuket on day 4. And we're going to tour Phi Phi Islands. And this is what I'm talking about, the James Bond Islands that a lot of people, are aware and know about. So we're going to get all the dope photos. We're going to get the sun. We're going to get all of that. So we will spend the day just touring that area and going to the different areas in Phi Phi Islands, or James Bond Island. Day 6 is when we'll go to the elephant sanctuary. Again, we're going to get all of our, if you want to watch the elephants, if you want to feed them, I guess they eat peanuts. If you want to feed them peanuts, all of that kind of stuff, you will be able to do that. If you just want to watch them from afar, you can do that too. But you'll have time to get great photo ops. There is an area that has a tiger sanctuary as well. If you are bold and if you are fierce, feel free to get up close to the tigers and all of that kind of stuff. You will have that opportunity to do that. And then day 7, this is the beach club. This is the beach club I was talking about. So you see the cabana beds that they have. So that's what we will have. We will have the VIP cabana beds where it's, they will have our own waitresses where they'll bring us our food, bring us our drinks. But of course, you can swim. They have the DJ, and all the things. And so it starts around like right before sunset. So we'll get to see that beautiful, beautiful sunset from the Yona Beach Club. So that will be so exciting. We will definitely have our photographer there along with the drones and all of that stuff so we can get, you know, our great photos and photo ops, and we can party and just have a great time because we're winding down our trip. So we always want to make sure that we you know, end it on a high note. We do all the cultural stuff in the beginning and then we just turn up at the end. And then day 8 is a day of leisure, and we will have suggestions for things that you may want to do. There may be some things that's not on the itinerary that you're like, if I go to Thailand, I have to do this. We will definitely have some suggestions for that, or you could just stay at the resort and chill at the pool. Or, you know, if there's a group of people, you know, that want to go and do something, we do ask that you partner up, like nobody like going by themselves off somewhere in a foreign land. We do like for you to partner up with other people. And again, like I said, we have the group chat, so people will be there. Excuse me. People will be able to find it. I forgot about my wine. People will be able to partner up with people and see who wants to go where and do things like that. So day of leisure, either or, you'll just have time for yourself. And then day 9 will be our sunset yacht party. So again, we will have the DJ and we will have food and we will have drinks and we will have all the things just floating around in the Indian Ocean, wherever we want to go. That's what we'll do while we are just enjoying, again, a beautiful sunset. Like, I can't even describe it. Like, I am excited. I am excited. So that'll be day 9. And of course, we leave after that. So just to give you some ideas of what to pack for Thailand, it's like a beach. It's a beach. But you also want to include like some cover-ups that cover your arms and things like that. And we also make sure we send things out like this to you so that you're to just help you out with some ideas for, you know, outfits and things like that. Like some people, they too busy to be going through all the websites and be like, what am I wear? We got you. We got you. We're gonna send you all of this stuff. So you can definitely be ready for your photo ops and you ready for the weather. All right. And just so you know that it's not just me touting our group, we have an amazing group of travelers. Like, when I say amazing group of travelers, these are just some of our trips that we've done. And people have, you know, felt the need to express what a great time they had, the kind of service we provided, and we are grateful. We are so grateful for for our clients who, you know, sing our praises and things like that. So that's what other people are saying about us. And now you want to know how much. This is the important part. So if you have a roommate, the double package that includes everything, the flight, round trip flight from New York, the stay in Bangkok, the stay in Phuket, all the excursions, the transportation, all of that, and your inter-country flight from Bangkok to Phuket, that will be $49.79 per person. If you want to go by yourself, you got a room by yourself, that's it. You ain't got to share with nobody. We got that option for you as well. Now, when you go, well, I'll go into the next one, but this is the pricing. What I would suggest, if you're thinking about going, if you want to go, I would say go ahead and secure your spot, because we are only going to take a certain number of people. Like, I'm not going with 100 people to Thailand. Like, I'm not doing that. So we're going to have a cap of the number of people. So I would say if you definitely want to go, you know, go ahead and secure your spot, because even at this price, I don't know if y'all done price different places, but with a flight, I'm just saying, and VIP level stuff, I'm just saying. So we have our payment plan. So if you start it now, your payment will be roughly $485 per month until February 1st. So you imagine, don't go out to eat 2 times in a month. Like, I don't know where y'all live, but I know in Atlanta, before you even get out the car, I mean, get in the place, you done paid $60 to valet park, and then you got to pay the gratuity and all that stuff. You can easily spend $200 and some on a night out. You just trying to go get something to eat and have a nice little vibe, and you're gonna be out some money. So just skip going out two times in a month, and there go your trip right there. And before you know it, your trip is paid for. So by the time February gets here, now you're starting to think like, okay, I need outfits, I need luggage, I need this. You're not having to make a huge payment in February, and then it's time for your trip. So take advantage of our payment plans. It's there for a reason. We plan in advance for a reason, because I promise my philosophy is you can go anywhere. I don't care if the trip costs $20,000. You can go anywhere if you plan. Now it might take me 5 years to pay that, but I'm just saying you can still go. It's a way you can go. So take advantage of our payment plan. So how to book. So you will see a link. You probably received an email. I will drop it in the group. If you're not in our travel group, please go to the Professional Travelista Travel Squad, join our group, but I will also put it on our business page. And if you're here, you'll probably get an email with the link for you to book. When you click that link, you will see a booking form that'll look like this. Now you will see two pack. Okay, first, let me say this. The number that's in that little box is per person. It's not per room. It's not per whatever. If it's you and a roommate and y'all want to pay together, that number is going to be 2. If you want your own invoice and they want their own invoice, you're going to put a 1. Couples who usually pay together, put a 2. Put a 2. That's going to be 1 invoice for both people. Once you decide how you're going to get your invoice, if you put a 1, that's going to be a single invoice that comes to you. If you put a 2, it's going to be 2 people packages that will come to 1 email address. So next you will select whether you are doing the full double package or the full single package. When you drop down, it'll let you know, because we do have the option. We do have the option if you don't want the flights from New York to Bangkok. You can get a land only package. You will get everything else, meaning when you touch down in Bangkok, you're going to be on the same page with everybody else and get everything. You just will be responsible for your own flight. We do have people who work for airlines. We have people who have points. We have people who do all kinds of things. We don't know. We just know they get there. But again, the couple things you have to remember is if you do your own flights, you must arrive by the 28th of March. If that means leaving, if you got 15,000 connections, you might have to leave 3 days early. But typically you can leave 2 days early and get there. But just make sure you arrive by March 28th. Please make sure of that. The other thing is be sure that you are flying from the US to Bangkok. On the return, you are flying from Phuket back to the US. Don't do a round trip from Bangkok, or you're gonna have to buy yourself another flight to Bangkok. Be sure you're flying into Bangkok, and then on the way back, you're flying out of Phuket back to the US. Those are two important things. But once you pick your packages, you will see, your order total, whether it's a single or a double, that 2 people you're paying for. And then you'll see on the right that we have our options where you can make 1 single payment and pay the full invoice. Or we do have, like I said, our very convenient payment plan that you'll be able to, that you'll take advantage of as well if you would like to. So that's how you will book if you are ready to go. I would say, go ahead and make a deposit to secure your spot, because some of my friends, I don't want y'all calling me telling them, please let me get a spot, because it's first come, first pay. That's what it's going to be. So what's next? Once you actually book, you will receive a receipt confirming your booking. Please look out for your emails after you book. I know, we get a ton of emails, but make sure you check your spam to make sure that it's not in spam. You also want to make sure that you accept us as somebody who can send you emails, so we won't keep going to spam, because I promise you, over the next couple months, you will get a lot of information. I'm not saying everything is super duper important, but there are some things in there that are super duper important. So just make sure that you do that. But you'll get a receipt. You will get a booking information form, and that just means we're getting all your details. So remember, like, you may book 1 spot. You may have a roommate. Well, we need to know who that roommate is. You specify that on the booking form so that we can match you 2 up together and know that you 2 are booking together. So be sure to fill out that and look for that form. You will get onboarding emails just telling you a little bit more about us, what to expect. And then, you know, all over the next couple months, we are going to just bombard you with learning about Thailand. You're going to know everything there is to know about Thailand. You know, do I need a visa? Do I need a vaccine? You're gonna learn everything. You're gonna learn everything you need to know about and be comfortable taking a trip to Thailand. And then we'll have our private Facebook group. And again, that's where we get to know each other. That's where we get to just kind of, you know, chop it up before we actually get across the world with each other. And that's always fun because you find out who the troublemakers are. And I'm not going to say who, but you'll find out. So we do have a special just for coming to the webinar. This is big. I hope y'all listening. This is
not come to the door asking no damn swims.
Somebody, love Sean. I'm muting you. Okay. So we have BOGO deposits, meaning remember how I said, like, you know, you had the $400 and something, 480, I think it was 485 deposits. Well, paying 485, you will get 2 spots. So if you already got a roommate in mind, y'all can split that and that'll hold your spot. So that's what we're doing just for coming to the webinar. The code is Thai, and it is only good until Sunday at midnight. Don't email on Monday. Don't call on Monday. Tell me, can I get that special? Like, don't do it. Don't do it. So we will have buy one, get one off for deposits all the way until Sunday. So I'm telling you right now, you cannot beat that. You and a friend splitting roughly $250, almost not even quite $250 to secure your spot for Thailand. And before you know it, February be here. I don't know if y'all know, like after you reach a certain age, them months be going by real fast, real fast. I'm gonna pause. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Y'all just been hearing me ramble on and talk. I just want to make sure any questions about anything that I went over. Oh, y'all good. Okay. All right. We'll just keep on moving then. All righty. So, frequently asked questions. Do I need a visa to visit Thailand? And yes, you will need a visa. We will have information for that. It'll be a 30-day visa. That's what most tourists have. They do require you to have a return flight, which we will have that. Don't worry about it. We will walk you through all of those steps to make sure you have your visa, because we don't just leave that up to you, because I would hate to be in the airport and somebody didn't do something and didn't get their visa, because we're going to check and we're going to harass you till you get it. And we just have to leave you right there in the airport, because the rest of us going to go on and go. Everybody else pay their money. So we want to make sure that everyone has what they need. Vaccinations, right now, you do not need vaccinations for Thailand. Is it safe for tourists? And this is a question we get a lot when we go to places like this. And I just like to say, you know, a lot of these places are just like places in the US. Like you wouldn't walk down, you know, you wouldn't walk down Bankhead in Atlanta or down a street in New York and, you know, with just flashing a bunch of money and a bunch of money hanging out and all this kind of, like, you wouldn't do that. And you definitely wouldn't go down no little dark alleys and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Just, you know, be conscious of your surroundings. Keep your head on swivel. I know if y'all like me, y'all know like some people who may not have grown up with silver spoons, like they used to keeping their head on swivel. So, you know, and I will say, the guys be looking out for the ladies on our trip. Like, let me tell you, the guys be looking out. Like, I don't know about these people they be talking about on the internet, but the guys be looking out for our ladies. So just know that, you know, it's just as safe as any place you would go that you want to be aware of your surroundings. The best time to visit Thailand, I know that a lot of times they're like, oh, it's rainy season. You don't want to go during this time, that time, or whatever. Anytime to me is the best time. But if you want to avoid the rainy season, what they say, we're going right at the before the rainy season starts. So October until about April is when you want to go. Rainy season starts May all the way through September. So that's the time when, if people say don't go, but I promise you, if somebody give me a free trip, I'm still going and dead in the rainy season. That's just me. Again, we went over the currency. It's the Thai baht, and then you can exchange money at the airport. if you're in the States, before you go, if you let your bank know in enough time, they can request bats for you, and you can actually exchange it here. I always like to, have just a couple dollars, even if you don't exchange a whole lot, because there are places you can exchange in the cities. Just to tip, the drivers and, things like that. People who get your bags and all of that kind of stuff. But if you just want a couple of dollars to have, you can always request it from your bank. I would say you want to request it from your bank at least 30 days in advance. Again, we send out reminders if you want to go that route. And then can you use credit cards and ATMs? Absolutely. Now, if you use the ATM, just know they're going to give you backs. Just know that. You ain't going to use it and get no cash back or no US dollars. It's going to be back. So you have to make sure either you have your currency converter so that you know exactly how much you're getting. Because the worst thing you can do is get a whole bunch of money. Like, I don't know about y'all. I don't know when next time you might be in Thailand. I don't know. So I just like to be cautious of how much I'm getting at a time to make sure that I can either spend it before I go, or, if someone else needs to exchange some money, I have it, available for them. Again, we talked about the language, and that's Thai. They're spoken in Thailand, but they do speak English in a lot of places. The cultural norms is mostly the temples, things like that. You can dress normal, however you dress on vacation. When you're going the nightlife, you can wear your cute little go out outfit. When you're sightseeing, you can wear, your regular clothes. It's just when we go to the temples, and we'll make sure that you're aware what days, how many temples we're going to, so you'll know how many outfits or cover-ups to have for those particular things. Because they so serious about it. I promise if you show up, they will have a cover-up to sell you before you come in a temple. So we want to make sure you're prepared. And can you drink the tap water in Thailand? I would say no. I would say no. It's just customary to ask for bottled water. Some of the hotels and restaurants, definitely they have filtering systems, things like that. But on the street, when you get street food, like, don't let them pour, water out of sink or anything like that, because we don't want nobody getting sick while we're in there. So just be cautious. That's all I said. Just be cautious and ask for bottled water. But like in the restaurants and hotels, a lot of times you'll be fine. All right. Y'all still ain't got no questions? No questions? All right. If y'all think of some questions, just jump over in our group, the Professional Travelista Travel Squad, and drop any questions that you have in there. It may be a question that somebody else that helps somebody else. So we always ask that you do that. And here's our contact information. You can go to our website.
Hi, this is Tiffany. I have a question.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes.
Who is that?
I would like to. This is Tiffany. How are you?
Tiffany.
I would like to take advantage of the buy one get one. However, I need to update my last name on my passport. So, would that impact it, or should I wait?
No, because we have, so that's a great question, Tiffany. Because we do have quite a bit of time, what I would say is, now we do ask for a copy of your passport. We do ask for that, and that's just to make sure that everything is, is what it is. So what you would do is you would submit your current passport, go ahead and apply, like work around any other trips you may have, but go ahead and apply to get your name changed. And then once you get that, be sure to send it back to us. We will have another conversation offline, so that when we're booking your flights, we make sure we have whatever your actual name you're going to have on your passport is. But you can still go ahead and send us a copy of the current one that you have.
Okay, awesome. And then second question, when it's time to book the flights, will you reach out and ask us our preference, like if we want a window seat or aisle seat, or how does that work?
Tiffany, I'm so glad you asked that. Wait, you remember that booking form that I showed you when you book, that you'll get an email and you have to fill that out telling us who your roommate is? Well, on that form, be sure you fill out every field, because we ask that. We ask, what's your flight preference? Do you have a frequent flyer number? We ask all of those things. Do you want like, there's going to be a difference if you get 2 beds or 1 bed. Some couples, they want 1 bed. If you're going with a girlfriend, y'all like, I want 2 beds. So we ask all of those questions. You fill out in the booking form, and we will go by whatever you select in that booking form.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Great questions. Those were great questions. So if anyone else, when you're in the booking process, if you have a question, feel free to reach out to us. We like I said, we plan in advance. So if you have a certain issue, for yourself, it's specific to you, we're always available at any of these. Again, our website, you can see all of our upcoming trips. You can actually access the booking page from there. You can email us at info@theprofessionaltravelista.com. We have our phone number, and then we're on all social media. I don't know why I just put Facebook, but we're Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of them, and we're the Professional Travelista. Except TikTok, we're just Professional Travelista. It was too long; they wouldn't let us do it. But so you can find us on any of the social channels. And just like Tiffany, take advantage of booking that now, because at least you have secured your spot. And like I said, this one is definitely going to sell out. And so we have come to the end. I want to thank you all for absolutely spending this time with us. Y'all could have been doing anything else. I don't know if y'all having y'all little drinks, but I'm having my little wine. And just enjoying y'all. I do appreciate everyone showing up, just even seeing what we have to offer. If this isn't the trip for you, check out our website, see our upcoming trips. We have other trips. I know we have Belize coming up, which is already closed out for Memorial Day. Check out our Brazil trip with the NFL that we're having. It's the Eagles are playing the Green Bay Packers. That's in September. We're doing that trip. We have Bali. If some of you been following us for a while, we did Bali last year. We had to bring it back. We had so many people asking about Bali. So we have Bali in October, and then this will be our trip. We will have a few other trips because we do we have football trips. So Falcons is my team, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But a lot of people want to go to Vegas for their new stadium. So we will have other trips sprinkled in there once the schedule comes out. But those are our basic. Oh, I'm sorry. And then we have Ghana for 2025 as well. But stay tuned. We still have a couple more trips we're rolling out for 2025. Yes, Jessica, rise up. We're gonna see what we're gonna do this year, though. We're gonna see. But I'm gonna still be there. I don't care, win or lose, I'm gonna be there. But we do have a few trips that we are still rolling out for 2025. And again, we do like to plan our trips in advance just to make them affordable, so we can see so we can just see the world at an affordable price. And I mean, I know inflation and all that stuff is crazy, but if we just kind of tighten our belts on a few things, we can definitely afford this. I don't think for something a month to take a amazing trip, for 8 days with a flight included is asking too much. But we would love for you all to join us. We are a fun bunch. We have a great time. Again, it's all about new experiences, and we want to do the cultural stuff, but we're going to turn up as well. So thank you all for joining us. You will get a copy of this replay just in case you have any questions, want to run back through it. But again, you can always reach out and ask us questions if no one else has any other questions. And I ended on time. I planned for an hour. Sometimes we go over, but I did good today. So if no more questions, thank
Hey,
y'all.
Tara, I have a quick question.
Oh, yes, Shamiki.
What will the cap be?
What cap?
You said that there was going to be a cap on the number of attendees.
Look at you being nosy.
I want to know. You say it's not going to be a large group, so I want to know.
Okay, you better come on that group. So I hate to throw a number out there simply because I knew just based on the response, I knew this was going to be a pretty big trip as far as how many people wanted to go. So I had already asked, like, okay, if we have more people, because the biggest thing is transportation. Like, you know, if you're moving 40 people, you got to be able to, get everybody in a van or whatever. But I think the cap is probably going to be somewhere around 26 people. Probably 26 people will be the most that we do. And that's about, I'm gonna say 24 to 28. That's about 12 to 14 rooms that we have. Could we go over and do more? Absolutely. But, you know, with the way that we travel, I do still like for it to have a little bit of intimacy as well and not just herding a bunch of people. So worst case scenario, we would have a Thailand 1 and a tour 2 later in the year. So those are the spots that we would have out the gate, and we would just kind of go from there. Because I know somebody celebrating a big birthday, so I know their whole crew gonna come. Mm-hmm.
And other question, you said that there will be a photographer.
Yes.
Will there be a cost to get the pictures?
So for our group pictures that we take, just random, having fun, that kind of stuff. No, you can, you know, you can definitely have access to it. If you are, you know, Miss Model, you know, want my own photo shoot on the beach, those will be additional, there'll be additional costs for that. But for instance, if we do like, once we do the elephant sanctuary, you would get your elephant picture. But if you like, okay, I need 25 poses on the beach, me by myself, because it's my birthday, I will get the package prices from the photographer, so you'll be aware in advance. And then if people want to book that, they can book that in advance, but you would know what that price is.
Okay, thank you.
Great question, Shamiki. Great question. All right. Any other questions? Those are some good ones. Those are some good ones. All right. If y'all don't have any other questions, I'm gonna let y'all go. And I know, Sean, I'm excited too. Look, I'm excited too. But yeah, y'all definitely. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, thank y'all for spending this time with us. We will send out the replay for you. And if you have any questions, just let us know. Y'all have a good one.
Well, you know, since you lost,
Thank you.
Thank you for showing up.